Hello everyone. Okay, so this is going to be a review video for Nicki Minaj's latest track off of the Pink Print entitled All Things Go. This track is actually a gratuity track that you get immediately if you pre-order the album on iTunes. Okay, so this track hints on a few very controversial things. The most immediately that sets out is the fact that she raps about her child that would have been 16. Um, this is or not, this would or would not be a surprise to anyone who has been a fan of her for a very long time. If you have been a fan and have heard autobiography, then you know she said she had an abortion in that track. In All Things Go, she revisits it and she, basically lets us know that that guilt still is within her that she displayed in autobiography, that she still thinks about that. Um, in the actual original track, she says a lot that, um, she people told her she wasn't ready for a child, hinting that maybe she thought she might have been, but they influenced her to get this abortion, and that's something you don't just easily recover from. She also once again hints on SB and their failed to be doomed relationship. Um, she says that 10 years ago you proposed. I looked down. Yes, I suppose. Um, they just celebrated 10 years together, and wherever they went overseas, I can't remember right now. So it's reflecting on that she's still vulnerable from that. She's still calling out to him, if you will. She also hints on her little brother and her cousin who was killed by, as she says, a random act of violence. And she opens up a door saying that, I think she said, my sister, someone told her that he wanted to live with her, but she never invited him. So she feels guilty for that. Maybe if she would have invited him, it never would have happened. She says she wants her little brother to go to college, and she also feels like the more she works, the less time she has to spend with them. She highlights her relationship with her mother, and all in all, I would call this. Oh yeah, and she also says that um, I know they still love me, but they've been acting funny since I got famous, or talking about various members of her family. But all in all, I would call this track autobiography part two. And a lot of people saying she's just trying to humanize herself to give herself some kind of edge for her album. Honestly, I think she would be more or less returning to who she really is as an actual artist. Because, like I said, this is like autobiography part two to me. And in autobiography, that was one of her very, very first tracks. Um, I believe it ended up on one of her mixtapes, but it was recorded way before her mixtapes, before she was with Fendi, before all of that, before he even had her name on this track was Nicki Minaj, her real last name. Before Fendi even convinced her to change her last name to Minaj to appeal to a sexual audience. So I feel like she's more or less, in this track at least, returning to what she would want to rap about, what she is as a person, and not just Nicki Minaj with the big ass. You know, Nicki Minaj, the chick who run around looking like a crazy ass Barbie. She's returning to actual Nicki. No gimmicks, no mascara, no mask. Um, thank you. All right.